Hey, this podcast holds nothing sacred. This is Life, Tech, and Sundry. And what is Sundry? It's our experiences put in a melting pot to the internet. So join us on this wild ride called the LTS Podcast. Follow us at LT Sundry on Twitter, LTS.pod on Instagram, Life, Tech, and Sundry on YouTube, and all your favorite podcast distribution services. Stay frosty.
Welcome to the solo installment of LTS Out of Office. I'm your host, Marcos Lopez, and you're joining me for a very specific, very hot take, I do say, outside of the recording studio, the recording booth, where the recording light is on. The mic gain is dialed to that sweet spot where you can hear my soul. And I'm stepping away from the daily hustle to settle a score with the produce aisle. In our deep dive, I paid my respects to the Serrano pepper. And hear me out, I stand by that the Serrano is a niche masterpiece for those seeking a specific high altitude peak of intensity. It's got the time, like 2,000 years, but after giving it time to simmer, I'm reading your comments, I realized I might have been a bit of a, quote, pepper snob, end quote. People reached out saying they want something more than the zero heat of a bell pepper, but aren't looking to climb the Serrano Peak every single Tuesday night while just trying to get a decent taco and eat it in peace. And you know what? That is a valid take. People want the broad catch-all, if you will, the universal diplomat that sits right in the middle of the spice spectrum without requiring a legal waiver. So, if you're looking for that perfect sweet spot of heat, utility, and a historical legacy, basically it's done numbers for the person who wants more than a bell pepper, but that less than a mountaintop emergency. This episode is for you. First off, I'm talking about the Jalapeño pepper. And of course, the numbers, where it came from, right? Its history, a broad catch-all heritage, the Jalapa origin, its story, named after, you guessed it, Jalapa, Veracruz. This place, Jalapa, isn't just a place on a map. It's a profound cultural spot. And this pepper is a geographical titan designed for export and global recognition. The cultural connection, you ask? This rich history is why I'm considering Jalapa and other places like it for a future episode, focused purely on the cultural spots behind the world's most versatile ingredients. And guess what? It started with the Aztecs. The Aztec Plan B. Because of its thick walls, the jalapeño wouldn't sun-dry without rotting. The Aztecs innovated by smoking it, creating the now famous Chipotle, the ultimate Plan B career move. Talk about the genius, I do say, of a rebrand from a jalapeño to a Chipotle pepper. How many things in tech or media in general have a Plan B that becomes more famous than the original? We have Chipotle's fame to the fresh jalapeño and its daily grind. It's even the name of a company, so that says a lot. Mind you, jalapeño, no slouch. The homage contrast. While the Serrano represents the niche peak, the jalapeño's history is one of sheer versatility and constant renovation to remain the world's standard, the universal language. It's the common language of spice, from Texas to Tokyo. Everyone knows it, which gives it a market cap, if you will. The Serrano can only dream of. History gave the Serrano its crown, but in 2026. What year was it again? 2026. We care about the specs and the nutritional sheet on this thing. And guess what? Jalapeño, a masterpiece of balance. Kicking it off with the nutritional strength, the balanced profile, the vitamin giant. A single jalapeno is a multivitamin in a green suit. It contains more vitamin C than an orange, plus B6 and vitamin A for the daily hustle. The safe Scoville range, sitting between 2,500 and 8,000 Scoville units. It's the accessible range that allows you to actually taste your food, or the majority of the people, instead of just auditing the pain. The middle ground high, you still get the capsaicin metabolic boost and the endorphin rush, but without the Serrano induced existential crisis. Now, talk about biohacking for the average person. Why do we feel the need to chase the peak in everything? It's just a human nature to chase the dragon, if you will. Like gear, cars, peppers, right? When the middle ground is actually where we live our lives. The jalapeno as the, what do you call it? The daily driver. Like having an SUV, you want a car that has enough space to go to get groceries. You're not gonna go to get groceries in a Lamborghini unless you're trying to, flex on someone, of course. But in general, you want something spacey, comfortable ride, maybe even all-wheel drive, a long gas tank, a long mileage, or a decent mileage, And then you have the anti-inflammatory utility. It's the perfect entry-level tool for health. You get the vascular benefits and the metabolic kickstart with a much faster recovery time. Because, again, the middle of the ground Scoville placement. It's a powerhouse for your body, but where the jalapeno truly beats the specialist peppers is in its physical engineering. Yes, there's a science to this, like in the previous Serrano pepper. We are talking about the popular implementation, the quote vessel, end quote, factor. Structural integrity. The jalapeno is the heavy-duty model. Its thick walls are built to survive high heat, like smokers, basically high heat environments, and the pressure of a commercial kitchen. The vessel logic. You can't stuff a serrano. It's too lean. The jalapeno is an architectural marvel, built to hold cheese, bacon, and whatever else you can fit inside. The culinary workhorse. It provides a meatiness, if you will, and crunch that high heat, thin-skinned peppers simply can't match. It's a physical presence on the plate. Functional design. For example, in the podcast specifically, you want stuff that doesn't break when you travel. The jalapeno is I have this microphone, so it's called a road pod mic, if you will, of the jalapeno world, the pepper world. At me if you disagree. Built like a tank and reliable. And always consistent. So, jalapeno equals road pod mic. Get at me if you agree or not. The platform. It isn't just an ingredient. It's a delivery system for flavor, making it the king of the appetizer menu. It's a culinary tank, and that rugged reliability is exactly why it was the only pepper chosen to leave the planet and head into orbit. Notable moments. The Universal Diplomat, NASA's seal of approval. 1982, Space Shuttle Columbia, the first pepper in space. The space rationale. NASA needed something to wake up the astronauts. Taste buds in zero gravity without causing a capsaicin emergency. In a pressurized cabin full of sensitive electronics. The certified choice. While the Serrano is a peak experience for the bold, the jalapeno is the quote, trusted experience. The only one you take when failure is not an option. Imagine the NASA meeting. Scientists looking at Scoville charts and decoding many math formulas to basically concluding with and ultimately deciding the fate of the astronauts' dinner. Why is, quote, reliability, end quote, more important than peak performance in orbit? Well, it'll send you want to go there, and it, of course, will make sure that you make it back, kind of style. Now, if I give the jalapeno some respect, here's an homage. It has its own emoji. It is in every movie. It is the diplomat of heat for the entire human race. Man, once you reach and have an emoji, I think you made it, right? In pop culture. If you agree, reach out. If you don't, also reach out and give me your opinion on X or on Instagram. Hashtag jalapeno. Thumbs up or thumbs down. From the vacuum of space back down to Earth. The science in 2026, the science of 2026 is taking this middle ground hero into a whole new era of customization. Science for the future. The quote designer end quote middle ground. The TAM mild evolution. Scientists spent decades developing jalapenos with zero heat to expand the quote catch-all end quote appeal to even the most sensitive of palates. TAM Texas A&M. Stabilizing the Gamble. New 2026 agricultural tech is eliminating the Scoville Gamble, if you will. Every pepper in the bag hits steady, reliable, consistent 5,000 units of the Scoville chart. The designer heat. We're seeing designer jalapenos. You had designer bags, you had designer shoes, designer jackets. Well, now you have designer jalapenos. You heard right. Engineered for consistency. Fixing the one flaw of unpredictability that many have complained at, not only in jalapenos in every other agricultural market, but this is a jalapeno special, right? So a lot of farmers, all those people that deal with agriculture, they just prayed for in the past, since the beginning of time, if you will, of agriculture. Optimization of everything. We are using AI and genetic tech to make things, quote, perfectly average, end quote. Is that a good thing? Do we miss the wild card jalapeno? Reach out if you have a comment about that. Now, we have the modern verdict. The jalapeno is the pepper of the future because it's the only one that can be precisely tuned to the masses while keeping its iconic soul intact. And there you have it. That's our deep dive into the hero of the middle ground. I hope this fair shake for the jalapeno balanced out my previous Serrano homage and gave you, dear listener, a reason to appreciate the people's champ. If you have any hot takes about peppers, or if you think I should have stuck with the Serrano Peak, reach out on the links in the description or find me on social media like X, formerly known as Twitter, or Instagram at LTS Sundry. Basically uppercase L, uppercase T, uppercase S, lowercase UNDRY. If you enjoyed this, please share the show with someone who needs to hear it. And you can support the podcast everywhere you listen. Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast fix. To keep the mics on and the peppers coming, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link found wherever the podcast is hosted. Your support keeps us independent, caffeinated of course, and out of office ready. I'm Marcos Lopez. Stay spicy, stay curious, and I'll see you next time. I step away from the desk. with maybe some hot takes or mild. Choice is yours or mine. Stay frosty.